Hey, you. I'm talking to you. Let's be honest for a second here. When you watched The Joker, assuming you did, because I know you didn't you say, hey, this is a good movie, but it's got nothing to do with Batman? Do you know why that is? Do you want to know why that is? Because it's a ripoff of Taxi Driver. Go watch Taxi Driver if you don't believe me. Then go watch The Joker and you're going to be like, oh, V is so right. Of course I'm right. I wouldn't lie to you. So, in other words, you may have thought that, oh my god, there may be some talented writers left at Hollywood. There may be some writers which aren't just making sequels and reimaginings. There might be people that actually know how to write a movie. And you would be wrong. Because they ripped off an older movie. But, as usual in Hollywood, when something is successful, they want a sequel. They want to milk it. In other words, they want to milk you. Those actors, those producers, they want to milk you of every single last cent that you have. So, The Joker requires a sequel. But how can you make a sequel? Because Taxi Driver didn't have a sequel. You see, Taxi Driver was made in a time when there was some creative expression and the people writing stuff knew how to write. So they didn't need to make like Taxi Driver the sequel. They just moved on to another project, another franchise, because they had the confidence of the writer. It wasn't the IP that created money. It was the writer that created money. And that's what we're missing nowadays. So now they're in a predicament. Now they don't know what the fuck to write. So what do? Oh, they make a musical. They make Joker 2 the musical. I shit you not. The musical. And of course, in order to sell it, because you don't believe it, like, you don't have trust that it's going to sell, they're going to get Lady Gaga in. So you go to watch Lady Gaga. You go to Lady Gaga instead of actually watching something that you might be interested in, as in the story. No, you're going to be, well, it's Lady Gaga. I gotta see it because it makes me go gaga. You know, I don't think it's going to sell. Honestly, like, no one asked for this. Like, people don't want Joker 2. Especially if you see Joker 1. It was a movie that carried a message. And it delivered that message. There's nothing left. There's nothing left. They told the story. The story is over. It's done. C'est fini. Why would you want to make another thing out of it? It's going to suck. Instead of making Joker 2, why not talk about another villain from the Batman universe, if you're so inclined? Why not make a movie about Two-Face? Or make a movie about, I don't know, Harley Quinn if you want Lady Gaga that much. But when I first saw this, I thought it's a joke. Apparently not. Apparently Lady Gaga is in the early talks. And it's an Oscar-winning $1 billion grossing. Yes, when you rip off a movie in a time when people actually knew how to write fiction and actually spoke to the audience, the Joker has a message that the working class is being ignored, that mental health issues are being ignored. That resonates with people. And then on top of that, you have the journalists that were like, oh my god, this movie is going to cause shootings, you guys. This movie is going to drive people insane. Oh, we're so afraid. We are so afraid. Oh, we journalists are so scared. Oh. And of course, you know, people who don't like the journalists went and paid money to see this. People like it when journalists are concerned and afraid. You know, like, I noticed this. People are willing to throw money just to see journalists being afraid on Twitter. When the journalist doesn't like something, that thing starts to sell. So that's part of the Joker's success. And like, oh, the incel community! Oh, the incel! That's what I heard on Twitter. During the screening of nothing happened much to the journalists' displeasure. Because imagine if something happened, then they would be like, oh, we told you so! We told you so! We need more censorship! More censorship! Put us in charge! Let us dictate what people are allowed to see! Oh, we at BuzzFeed, surrounded by cat piss, are going to protect you from evil people. Just put us in charge and we can decide what you get to see and what you can't. And of course, you know, they would have get money, revenue from talking about it. That's what the journalist wants. So the people don't like the journalist very much, and they went to see this movie, Oscar award-winning. Wasn't that a bad film, by the way? Like, again, they ripped off of a film that was actually good written. and they don't mention it in this article, Phillips has been writing the script for Joker for some time and has finally shown it to the studio. Referencing a medical term of an identical or similar mental disorder called folie à deux that affects two or more individuals, usually members of the same family. And while the same social media post showed Phoenix reading the script, the actor's involvement is not exactly a fait accompli just yet. So in other words, you can get Joker the second without Phoenix. Why not just make something else? Why just do something else, for the love of God? Enter Lady Gaga. Details on her character are being kept under wraps, but Joker is known for his on and off abusive relationship with Harley Quinzel, his psychiatrist at the Arkham Asylum mental institution, who falls in love with him and becomes his sidekick and partner in crime. It is unclear whether Phillips and company are using other DC characters or striking out on their own, as they did in many instances in the first movie. If a deal makes, then Gaga would play Harley Quinn. Okay, so how the fuck does this work? Like, can anyone explain to me what are these people smoking? So they write a script for a movie. Now, it all depends on the actress. So if Lady Gaga joins, then there's going to be Harley Quinn in it. But if she doesn't want to join, then there's not going to be a Harley Quinn in it. How about, I don't know, this might be just way out there. I know this may come from crazy La La Land, but how about you write a script that's good and you're happy with it, and then you show it? Why are you doing the other way around? It's like, let's see what actors we can get, and then we write the script. And I bet they go into a committee, in a boardroom, and they're like, oh, what would people want from the Joker? Huh? Oh, they want Batman. Okay, what else? Oh, the Joker is abusive, mental health issues. Just write the goddamn script. That's how people used to do it in the past, back when America used to actually make good movies. Oh, seriously, am I wrong? Because I remember when Cats was announced, and I was saying, look, it's a musical. It's not going to sell. People were like, oh no, V, you just don't understand the fine art. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I don't understand the fine art, but I do understand the American consumer. And America is not Bollywood. If you want musicals, you contact Bollywood. If you want to make American movies, there is a correct way of making them. And musicals just ain't it, chief. Okay, like musicals were in vogue when your grandma was in diapers. Back then, yeah, sure. Espialidocious, it's evangelistic. Okay, yeah, that did exist. Yes, it was fun, but it's not now. Like, the new consumer base does not like musicals. It's going to flop. I am willing to put money on this. It's going to flop. And not only that, people are already, Be honest with me. Let me know in the comments section if you're actually hyped. I want to see how many people are genuinely hyped by this. And they'll be like, you know what? Joker 2 with Harley Quinn as Lady Gaga. Oh, take my money. I want to read in the comments section how many of you are like that.